Welcome everyone, I'm Alex and this is your 22nd episode of Popular Polls, our weekly show where you get to answer a question, which I said, and then we talk about the answers from you in the next episode. I was actually just out riding my new electric bike from Van Move and I gotta say it was incredible. I've been riding it pretty much the entire week to work and back, and I was just out taking an evening ride and filming a couple of short videos, and look at that, I'm not even sweaty, and I was out riding pretty fast, which would have usually caused me to take a shower before I record this show. Anyway, let's get into our question from last week. And last week we talked Tesla. I asked you, and actually we'll kind of talk Tesla today because I asked you this question, but I asked you, what's your favorite upcoming Tesla product? Now we had 13 answers, and I'm pretty sure this is a new record, so thanks so much to everyone who participated in last week's question. Now, let's look at the results, and this one is I don't know, it's mind-blowing. This is really cool. So we had 4 people, that's 30%, answering the solar roof. I mean, I love that product, and I'm pretty much, me myself, I'm excited about this, to have it finally available more. And yes, it's currently they're having some production issues, I guess how Tesla's timelines usually work out, but I love this. This is so cool that so many people are interested in this. And then we had Model Y. Now this is, I don't know, I think this is kind of interesting because we have so many other cool products that are coming up, and actually the one that Elon Musk himself is most excited about, which would be the Tesla pickup truck, is last on our list with only one single person voting for that. But anyway, Model Y, that's interesting. And actually we have a comment relating to Model Y, which I'm going to read out right now from Donald Moe, I guess. I choose Model Y since I may want to trade in my Model 3D for a dual motor Model Y. I think M3D would be the Model 3 dual motor, I guess, yeah, for a dual motor Model Y in a couple of years due to the larger cargo capacity. Completely agree, Donald. I couldn't agree more, actually. I love the Model Y design and how it will increase the cargo space, kind of similar to how the Model S has the hatch in the back. I think this will make a huge difference to so many, and actually maybe even for families needing those 2 additional child seats in the back. Then we have the Roadster, 2nd gen, lovely car. I think this is the one I'm most excited about, the new upcoming products. I don't know, I kind of recently, I was more talking about trucks and the pickup truck, which Elon is so enthusiastic about, so he kind of got me into this whole enthusiasm. I was like, oh wow, what is this car going to be? It's crazy. And then we have the Semi with 2 answers up there on our 4th rank. And we had one additional comment from Germany Police West saying Tesla 2020 Model S. Now, I don't want to be rude here, but Tesla doesn't really have model years. They don't. They do have refreshes, and they do iterate weekly basically on the cars. Sometimes they will change stuff that we owners don't really even know they are changing. For example, the small piece of aluminum trim on the Model 3 right underneath the strip of wood that goes along, or the fake wood that goes along your dash in the Model 3. It used to not be a continuous strip. It used to be 2 separate pieces, and you could see this because behind the steering wheel, so from the first couple of Model 3s, not only first couple of thousands of Model 3s that were rolling off the lines didn't have that continuous piece, and now it's continuous. So there's a whole bunch of small details, and there's some good videos out there on YouTube which are detailing them. So I don't really like to say the 2020 Model S because this is hurting Tesla, one of my favorite, probably my favorite brand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my favorite brand. I love SpaceX and stuff, but anyway, it's hurting Tesla so much. The more people keep talking, I know the irony of me talking about this now, but the more people keep talking about that there's going to be a refresh, blah, 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 the more people are going to hold off on purchasing a new Model S or X, and these are the high kind of margin cars that are, sold by Tesla, which they desperately need to sell in order to iterate on their current product lineup. So honestly, don't that's why I never really talk about this. There is no confirmed refresh of the Model S, right? there just was a refresh of the drivetrain and updated air suspension and on all Model S and X cars, making them a ton more efficient and way more smoother in their ride quality. So if you're interested in a Tesla Model S or X, please do not hold off and go ahead and buy your car. I will guarantee this car will be amazing nevertheless, right? And if you need like the horizontal, the landscape mode touchscreen, and you're like, no, I want this, go for a Model 3. And if, I'll end it here. So if you want to do Tesla a favor, please stop talking about kind of the Tesla 2020, because there is no Tesla 2019, 2018, 2017, there is not going to be a 2020 Tesla. All right, sorry for that little rant. Let's go on. Still, thank you so much for all of you participating in last week's question. I'm humbled by your participation, even though it's just 13 people. For me, it's a lot. So thank you. All right, a little, just before we hop into our new question for this week, a fun anecdote, because the inspiration from, the favorite Tesla product that's upcoming, I got that from the Tesla shareholder meeting, the annual shareholder meeting. And Elon said in the shareholder meeting, and this is hilarious, and I'm paraphrasing here a little bit, he said, what would you rather have, a gas-powered smartphone or an electric one? And then he also dropped the relating to Tesla fires and stuff, he dropped the... it's called a combustion engine car. It's already in the name. It's combustion. It will combust. That was really funny. I just thought I'd throw this in here. Maybe some of you getting a good laugh out of it, like I did when I watched it. All right, let's get into the new question for this week. And I'm pretty frequently, not only here in YouTube, but also in my real life and work and stuff, confronted with doubters, or you might even say haters of electric transport and electromobility, and they are really they doubt that electric transport will take over in the future. And it's first of all, it's sad to see from my perspective on, because if you do the research and if you take the time to, I don't know, to put yourself out there and learn, I'm 99% positive that you will get to the result that electric transport is just because of efficiency and so many more things. It's amazing. Anyway, leaving that aside, I want to know from you, what's your main argument kind of topic or category that you will bring up against such negative comments or doubter comments or even hater comments? To answer, please click on the pop-up card, which will pop up in the top right-hand corner of your screen right now, and or leave a comment, right? Because this could be anything. Like maybe you have some amazing things, some things that I'm not going to put up in the little poll card, which you would say as a argument. So please leave them down in the comment section below. Now, the 5 things that I usually, kind of bring up or that I frequently talk about are, first of all, environment, right? For some people, it may not be the biggest issue or biggest part, but for me, it's leaving a planet behind, which is actually a planet. Like there's actually something left to live on. And electric cars, albeit not being perfect yet, are the most promising way into the future that I'm currently seeing. And I'm, just because of the efficiency and everything else, it's basically, it's unavoidable. Like we will be electric in the future. Anyway, that's environment. Then number 2 is driving fun or performance. Gosh, electric cars are so freaking fast, and they're actually kind of usable fast, right? If you have a Porsche or even a motorcycle, a fast one, like first of all, you're almost never going to use the fastness of this car, because those combustion vehicles, they produce the most power on higher RPMs, so they're going to be really loud usually once they're fast. With a Tesla or any other electric car, pretty much, you can floor it and they will have the most power right from the start. So in a city driving scenario, or even overtaking someone on the highway, maybe they will have like instant power, and it's so much fun to drive. So yeah, maybe this is something you bring up frequently. Then the third one is low operating costs, right? Talking about maintenance and the cost of running the car itself. So electricity versus diesel or gas here. Number 4 would be convenience, right? Electric cars, some may say they're inconvenient. I might argue, I'll argue completely against this. They're super convenient. You'll never have to go to the gas station. if you're living somewhere where you use your car 99% of the time for commuting or doing, grocery shopping or something like that, this is your best thing you can have, right? Because you just plug it in at home, and then you basically have your own gas station at home, like your own, electricity station. Anyway, and the last one being incentives. Maybe you're bringing up the incentive game, talking about how electric cars, for example, in Hamburg can park for free in the city, and there are a couple of other incentives around the world where you might say, hey, this is something, although it's monetary, but for some people, having the ability to park where in the city. So for example, if I go to the city, there's a couple of electric charging stations where only electric cars are allowed to charge, and they're frequently they're being more used now, but they haven't been used always. So it would be it still is a really good benefit to just drive up in the city, and basically you're sure that you'll have a parking spot. Anyway, that's what I see under incentives. So yeah, please answer your questions. Please leave please leave your answers. I'm looking forward to reading out your comments and looking at your answers as always. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.